Welcome back to Wild Sports. I'm Fu. Got my boy Sean here with me.
Yo,
We are breaking down the Falcons. A little review and preview
Dirty
of last
Birds.
year. The Dirty Birds. What a big W for the Bird. I mean, I know it was against
Yes.
Houston, but hey, what a battle! What a fight! Way to come back, face a little adversity, and pull out a W that you got to pull out if you want to be in contention for the division. 21-19 final score, little final drive.
What were our predicts?
Predictions. I was all over it. 20-16 in the
Oh,
final
wow.
19. So I was all over it. I had the Falcons winning. Sean had no faith in our Dirty Birds and went 20-14 the Houston Texans, which
I
actually
was
would
all
have
over it.
you would have if we would have made that field goal, you'd have looked real good. We'd have just been flipping it. But you didn't. You
No,
took the Texans.
I'm glad I was wrong. Glad I was wrong.
But hey, great game. I mean, Ritter, solid outing, 28 of 37, 329 yards and a touchdown. Um, Happy to see it. Glad to see him actually, you know, stepping up when need be. Um, Defense played pretty solid. CJ Stroud had a pretty good day. 20 of 35, 249 and a touchdown. Pretty solid. But when you look at the box score, 447 to 313 in total yards. So
Houston, Atlanta, right?
Atlanta had more yards.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It didn't
So
feel like it. Did it feel like it to you when you were watching?
it really didn't. I feel like we were kind of, that's what I was kind of shocked looking at the box score. We had 74 plays, they had 58. So when you kind of look at the box score, 26 first downs to 17 first downs. Um, so it didn't seem that dominating. I mean, the only thing we had two turnovers, they had zero, so that's kind of where they got us, I think, there.
Yeah.
But when you look at the stat column, like we kind of dominated. I mean,
I mean, I don't know what it is, but just keep giving this Ritter fella some home games, and he'll continue to find a way to win.
yeah. I mean, it was exciting to kind of see. And another thing I like to see that we've been discussing, Pitts had 11 targets. Um,
Mm-hmm.
London had 9 targets. Pitts had 7 for 87. London had 6 for 78. Really dispersed the ball out. The run game really not very effective. Um,
Yeah, I would agree with that. But I mean, D'Amico Ryans really has that defense playing well. I like the direction of where that team is going, and I could really see them becoming something in the near future. I think Stroud was a huge hit.
yeah, it's
Um,
that's panning out
Damian
well.
Pierce is a pretty good running back. Honestly, he kind of fell off after a hot start last year,
Yeah,
but I still think he's a solid NFL running back. I mean, these days you run two running backs in almost every system anyway, so just go get you another one late in next year's draft, and pair him up with Pierce, and you'll be fine. They got some great young receivers, Tank Dell,
Nico Collins.
Nico Collins. Thank you. You got the veteran Robert Woods there. Like you got plenty of weapons there to at your disposal, and Stroud looks like the real deal.
He really does.
Like
I mean, definitely. I mean, he's looking better than some of the vets out there this year. Even
I could
just
agree with that. He looks better than
who do you want to say? This is a bold call. If you you just stop yourself, who are you going to say? Say it. Say it for the people.
it looks better than Desmond Ritter.
Yes. Oh
That's
yeah.
not what I was gonna say, but still.
Who you don't tell me you're
Uh,
about to say like Patrick Mahomes or somebody.
no,
I
no,
mean,
no. Bryce
stat
Young
wise, he probably is doing better. I mean, he's got
snuck it by him.
7 touchdowns with no interceptions. I mean, hey, the guy's playing
No, he's
great
playing
football.
great football,
So,
especially for such a young core around him.
yeah, I mean, good for him. So, I mean, I think that's a good win. I think Houston is surprising a lot of people this year. It's not just
Both Bama defenders were all over the field, by the way.
yeah,
Will
yeah.
Anderson was everywhere, and can you please remind me of the guys, the
Toa,
linebacker?
what is Henry Toa? I mean,
Henry Toto.
you talk about somebody me being wrong so far about me. I told you during the draft.
You
You can
told
probably
me,
go back and
yes.
watch a
I'll be the
video
first. Yep.
that I was just like, I don't get this guy. I mean, maybe he's just made out better for the NFL. I don't know. I mean, I never thought he was a bad player at Alabama, but I always thought he was
Yeah, you
over.
just didn't think he'd translate, which is,
No,
there's nothing wrong with thinking that either. So I
but
guess I have a question for you and any Falcon fan out there. So, do the Falcons with the defense that they currently have, because
Mhm.
this is the best defense. I can't think of a better defense that we've had since you and I have really paid attention.
Yeah.
Um, do they go make a play from one of these vet QBs and try to win this really not so good division? There's names out there right now like Kirky Cousins.
I mean, that's a
Mac
tough call.
Jones.
He's not a veteran.
He's not a rook.
No, but no, I'm not selling the house on Mac Jones right now.
I don't think you'd have to
Um,
sell the house. I think you'd have to sell the car.
no, I mean, honestly, I'm still interested in Ritter. I mean, the
I'm with you.
shine hasn't worn off on that. I mean, it takes what? Do I think Ritter can be a long term play? Possibly. Am I just like ecstatic about it? But no. But like, who thought Brock Purdy was going to be a stud? You know what I mean? So it's just like it's such a tough position to predict. Um, anytime I think you can maybe make a move to get another option, because it's not like I feel very great about our options behind him. Um, I mean, I'm not closed minded to it, but I'm also riding with Ritter right now. Talk to me in a
I
couple.
am with you.
I mean, we'll see. And I don't. I mean, I like going that they went and got Van Jefferson. I know we're kind of getting off topic here, but
It's Falcons related. We're not off
I
topic. We're
want
good.
to see like how you got to put some. I mean, I think he's got talent out there, like the Pitts and the
Right.
London, but like how much better would you feel about Ritter if you had someone? I mean, I know I'm probably naming the best receiver in football, possibly, but like if you had a Tyreek Hill out there, like
No, I hear you.
how much better does he make a quarterback? The guy's open all the time. We don't have or Jefferson, Jay Jettas. If you have a guy like that out there, like that seems to always be open, and not only that, but it draws you know double coverages and all this stuff that opens
Mm-hmm.
other guys up. Like how much better? We don't have that. Like I think we
Right.
have solid football players, but we don't have that. Just like, hey, he's got that dude out there. So I'm not selling the ship on him. I think we just keep riding with him and see where it takes us. But moving on,
Good old preview time.
preview time against the Washington
Commies.
Commanders in Atlanta, -2.5. You cracked yourself up on
Home game?
that. Home game in the hot Atlanta.
Not so
Falcons,
hot anymore.
Falcons favored 2.5. Um, little preview. Commanders very pass heavy with a young quarterback.
Which is
Um,
surprising because Brian Robinson got off to a really good start to the season.
yeah, and I've talked about Brian Robinson. I mean, obviously I like him. He's a Bama guy. But he is what he is. I mean, he's a bruiser.
I feel like bruisers do nothing but help the pass game, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's great for what it is, but it's not that threat that you're just like, you know what I mean? It's not like a Bijan Robinson where you're just like,
I can see that, yeah.
or DeAndre Swift or someone like that that can, absolutely demolish you if the guy's not breaking longer than a 40-yard run in the NFL. He's getting hauled down. But I mean, he can bruise you up. He can beat you up through the tackles. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
for their offense, it's probably a great fit. But They averaged 269 yards passing and 91 yards rushing. So big discrepancy there. There obviously, I mean, Sam Howell still a young guy. Um, they allow 385 yards per game. So not a terrible defense, but not a great defense.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know, I think this week is very similar to last week. Make a young quarterback look young. You know, they did a pretty decent job with Stroud, not just letting them torch them up, but still allowed a decent amount of yards, but not bad.
It was a bend don't break
That's
mentality.
right. That's right. Um, I think it's the same thing this week. Just don't let a young quarterback look like a vet. You know, and with the defense, I like it. You know, I love Bates back there, man. He really is a difference maker. You know,
Yes.
he really
I
is.
remember, I don't know if y'all were messing with me, but when I was all over this Bates guy during free agency, I don't remember if it was you and Brian or Brian or Spencer and Brian, but I was like, guys, we got to get this Bates guy.
Yeah,
We
good
got to
call.
get Jesse Bates 3.
Yeah, he's a difference maker back there. I mean, he's all over the field. I think he's leading the league and or tied for the lead in interceptions. He should have had one last week.
Yeah, he
He
dropped that. Yeah.
dropped that ball.
But that play you're referring to, those two guys are our guys, the Platt and Bates.
Yeah,
And they had great communication because the second the Bates jumped that route, Platt ran right back to where Bates was supposed
yeah,
to be. They were
yeah,
just like, oh, handoff, basically. He's yours now.
yeah. No,
Phenomenal. I don't know if it was communication or they just knew. Phenomenal job.
yeah,
Loved seeing it. Loved seeing it.
yeah. I'm excited. I think that's the thing. You know, if you can shut down, if you can put pressure on him, if you can, lock Howell, don't let him look like a veteran. And continue to let this offense grow. You know, same thing we're talking about. Like I like what I saw last week. Like I said, just distributing it out to our playmakers. Continue to work
Or at least
Bijan.
trying, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I mean it's I understand it's not you're not having to reinvent the wheel or like making these bomb plays looking all flashy, but just giving the opportunity those guys to get the ball in their hands. Um, Continue that. Let's grow. I feel like I made a note here. Like I feel like I'm talking when I talk about the Falcons. I feel like I'm talking about Alabama. Like solid defense, good defense. Let's get that offense growing. Let's find the playmakers. Let's get the quarterback more comfortable. Let's let him grow and get better. Like just get better every week. Like I feel like that's what. Like I feel like I'm rooting for the same team, like same situation. So continue that. I feel good about this week.
Yep. Sam Howell's been playing pretty well this season. Looks to keep it up this week against the tough Falcons D. Did I just say tough Falcons defense?
Yeah,
Wow.
we love. We
How'd that
talking
how'd
about
that sound?
the
That sounded pretty
Falcons.
good.
Yeah,
That sounded pretty good. All right.
it's a tough D. Hey, Atlanta's got tough D, dude.
They got a really great D. I would like to see Bijan to get it going early, as well as get Drake London some touches.
Yeah,
I don't care if it's those touch passes
yeah,
that usually go to speedy receivers. I get that, but I just get him going, get his confidence going. Not that he ever looks like he loses it. Just get him going.
yeah.
Uh, Little side note: Caleb McGarry is questionable for the game, so I think that could be an interesting thing to keep an eye on and pay attention to because the Falcons have struggled against good D lines. On paper, these Commanders have quite the D line, and you're gonna know all these names, but you're really gonna know two of them. You got Chase Young, Deron Payne,
Yeah,
Jonathan Allen,
yeah.
and Montez Sweat.
I know them all.
You know them all, but you really know two of them.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
knew
that's
Montez Sweat because I really wanted Atlanta to draft him one year.
you did. I remember that.
I wanted
Was that
him
the
bad.
Keanu Neal year, or is that too far back?
No, I think that was. I think
I
that's too
think
far
I think
back.
Keanu's too far back.
Let's
I
see.
can't remember. But I mean that. honestly, outside of the Eagles, might be the best 4D linemen in the entire league for a team.
Yeah.
I mean, I just said that like off the top of my head, so I could be forgetting someone very easily, a team very easily. Um, but outside the Eagles, this is a tough. This is a tough ask.
Yeah. Ah,
So predicts.
predicts. I've got 27-14 Dirty Birds. You
They're
have
going to
to,
think this is scripted.
did you do 27-14?
I didn't.
Let's hear it.
But just like what was it? The Georgia score was 3 points off.
Yeah.
I got 27-17 Birds.
All right. We got a tight one. We're all over each other. This is not pre-scripted. We do not talk about this before.
What did you just say?
I said this is not
We're all what?
all over each other.
Come on, man. It's a kid's show.
No, you messed that up week one in this thing. You messed that. We have to check that. When we put it on there, is this for children? Nah. We try and keep it pretty chill.
We keep it pretty.
I think we do a good job. We do a pretty good job of it, especially considering some of our off the camera conversations and
Yes. You are.
how we talk about like what would you like to tell people what you think about Mark Stoops?
Who? What is happening?
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, that's what we got. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think. How y'all feeling about the Falcons?
At home.
At home. Hey, 3-0 at home. That's where we get our wins. We don't play well in London or anywhere else, but y'all let us know how y'all feeling about the Falcons. You like what you're seeing? Not like what you're seeing? What do you think about Ritter? What do y'all think? Again, like, comment, subscribe. Hopefully, we come back next week with a W, and it's 27-14. Rise up. Till next week.